Hey, I'm Creed with Homebuyer University. Today we're going to talk about the neighborhood no, Know, not N-O, neighborhood no. And you're going to be so happy. I'm not even going to break out the data science platform. We're not going to talk about math analyses, millions and millions of comparisons and calculations. We're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to talk about what your problem is when you're searching for a home and trying to get good information, good advice, trying to understand what the marketplace is really doing. And we're going to get right to it. Let's jump over and take a look at an article. This just came out. So we're here on March 7th, 2023. And this is the Denver Post Online. And here's the real estate news that you get. Denver Post Real Estate. Metro Denver housing market crosses firmly into negative territory in February. Did it? Single family home prices down 5.7% from a year ago as depreciation replaces appreciation. I don't even want to comment on their idea of having some ironic humor. Anyway, this came out beginning of March, and this is for the February time period. Is this going to help you? Okay, and we're going to follow through with our current example of Highlands Ranch, but this doesn't matter. You can be up in Brighton, you can be down in Castle Rock, you could be hanging out in Nederland. Is this going to help you? Single family prices down 5.7%. We're in negative territory. Does that help you? If you are looking right now for a single family home in Highlands Ranch and actually at a specific price point and in a specific location, does this help you? This is the best you're going to get from probably your agents. Actually, this report comes from the agents. This started with the Denver Post posting it, but the analysis, and we're going to open this up, I promise, came from the Denver Metro Association of Realtors, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to take their report deep, and we're going to compare it. And I'm sorry for the ads that are popping up. So the annual drop in median sales prices for condos, 1.2%. So actually, they haven't gone negative. They're saying this is just for single family homes. And it says the median price, remember median, dead middle. Average is can skew a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Median is just the center point of the price of all homes in an area. Metro Denver, by the way, we'll scroll down a little bit. Right, literally covers those areas and more that I just mentioned. Brighton, just short of going to Boulder, actually, certainly well into Evergreen and Conifer and further out into Bailey, right? Down south, as far as you can think, stopping short of essentially Colorado Springs, Castle Rock, Parker, so on and so forth, over out into Aurora and even some of the farmland out there, and obviously Denver, Lakewood, Littleton, and everything that's in that area. This is just the commingling of all that data given to you as a lump sum. They're saying things have calmed down a bit. Does that help you? Maybe a little bit. Does that help you make a decision on a specific house at a specific price point in a specific neighborhood in Highlands Ranch or anywhere else in the Metro Denver area? Not very much. And let's talk about that a little bit. So they go into a little bit of detail and tell us all about it. And essentially, all this information came from the Denver Metro Association of Realtors. So let's open up that report. By the way, I got the report from clicking this link, and this is what it opens up. And so this is really just a PDF that downloads, and it's got 30 pages. So you would think, well, obviously they're going to have my area. No, The entire report, 30 pages, is going to talk about the completely amalgamated data from Metro Denver. And sometimes they split off into slightly smaller areas, but they're not going to talk about your subdivision. They're not going to talk about your house, your area, and your price point. And let me show that to you. So it tells you this is, again, everything, the entire metro area. And they're saying active listings is actually down. Detached single family is actually down. They're going to let you know on the mortgage news, hey, interest rates are up. Does that help you? No, you already know that. You know where to find that. The head realtor, girl in charge, wants to reiterate all this stuff, and you're welcome to read it. But does that help you? No, because they're talking about the entire metro area, every house mixed together. Ooh, detached single family homes. Tells you how many active each month. Does that help you? It doesn't. We'll talk about that in a second. Because every month always varies in the number of active listings. Certain times of the year are always busier, certain times of the year are always slower. And that's not going to help you. New listings, same scenario. Different months have different volumes. That's the way the market works. Pending, kind of helps a little bit, and we'll talk about that. And then actual close. Does that help you? No, because every month changes a little bit all year long. Now, what you do want to do is compare 1 year, February 22, to another year, February 23. And actually, we're going to be introducing that just in about 2 weeks through the Neighborhood Know service. Attached single family, same data. Residential and attached, detached mixed together, that really doesn't help you. Median close price, well, this is again for the entire Metro Denver area. Does that really help you? No, because I'll be honest with you, even when we had the implosion, the economic implosion, 2008, 10, and 11, right, the big financial crisis, some neighborhoods plummeted 30, 40% in value. Some hardly lost value and may have just held steady. So this doesn't help you. It just, I'm being honest with you, I was heavily involved with that, and this does not help you on a specific area. Average close price, nope. Residential close price, nope. It's all of 56,000 properties that sell in a typical year in Metro Denver, all mixed together. Not going to help you. Average days on market. Kind of remember some of these numbers. What are you seeing here? 49.49, and for the attached, gosh, condos are selling a little quicker for some reason. Just kind of keep in mind, let's just call this 50. 50 days on market is what they're saying right now. And you and I, let's come back. We'll try to keep that in your mind. Number of new listings in the entire Metro Denver area. Does that help you when you're searching for a home in Highlands Ranch, or just in a specific spot in Denver, or a specific spot in Littleton or Parker or Castle Rock? And you get the idea. No, doesn't help you. So what I'm trying to say is what you already know. There's all kinds of crazy news in the market. And sometimes it's telling you that you got to bid 150 grand over, sometimes telling you that the market's in decline. Does any of that really help you on your individual thing? No. And this just goes into excruciating detail about a bunch of aggregated data. And I'm going to stop right there and quit complaining about it. But this is the best you get. And there's nothing we can do about that. This is what shows up in the news. Let's go visit the Neighborhood Know tool right now and talk about that just a little bit. And I did promise that I am not going to show you any kind of data science analysis, and that's absolutely true. I am not. What I am going to do is play with the tool a little bit. If you remember, the way this is derived is based on how the last year of home buyers, in this case Highlands Ranch, 1,400 home buyers, found homes and decided they were very similar. So the total number of buyers that were looking in Highlands Ranch in the last year, that's about 1,400 based on our analysis, their collective actions based on what they wanted and the price they could afford to pay and the size of home, right? So we had price, size of home, size of lot, usually year of construction, and even garage spaces. All of their actions help define these areas for you. So all of Metro Denver, let's get stupid here for a minute and just zoom on out. So that is pretty close, Metro Denver. Cut it off here. It will go out to here, by the way. Certainly goes here. This stuff, Lafayette sometimes gets split, but often we include that. And you can actually pretty much understand it includes this whole circle. Okay. Boulder, some Boulder properties get included. They also have their own MLS, so it gets split up. If you need specific data about this area in Highlands Ranch, is this going to help you now? And so that's what this is all about. Very specific data for very specific areas. Now, that was the Neighborhood Now tool, so you can see the areas that we're talking about. And again, it's not the whole metro area. It's very similar properties based on what the buyers are willing to pay for them. Let's go over to the Neighborhood Know tool now. And keeping in mind that that is created for each of those specific areas. Let's do this by a specific area. Let's go to area 3. This may be 6, 10, 15 different subdivisions or neighborhoods, okay? This gets put together by our system based on the actions of buyers trying to get the stuff they most want. So these homes are all very similar based on this criteria. And deemed so, not by me, and not really by math and science, is deemed so by the actions of those 1,400 buyers. They were the ones that took the actions, that spent the money. We simply pulled that data out and analyzed it and understood it. That's what artificial intelligence should do for you. Okay. So we were in area, what was that? Area 3. We switch over. Let's take a peek. This is the kind of thing you need. And this will tell you for those homes, right? Keep in mind, area 3, this is just for these pockets of homes that are very similar based on the various criteria that home buyers were willing to pay for, not the whole Metro Denver area. We're going to give you an idea. We've talked about this from 2009 to this ends right now at 2022. In about 2 weeks, this will now be iterating on a monthly basis, and it'll be comparing month over month, but at a yearly basis. So it'll be like January 2022, January 2023. So when you compare data, you don't want to compare February to January, right? You want to compare January to January, and this will have a whole new iteration for you in 2 weeks. You're going to really love it. But it gives you an idea of what the prices have been doing, right? And that's no surprise to you. But this is for these exact areas, all the homes in these exact areas, or this area, or this area. It's completely customized for you. That's pretty valuable data. The aggregated Metro Denver stuff is never going to help you make a decision. In fact, it's either going to terrify you because the market's going up so fast, terrify you because it says the market's going down, or just confuse you and cause you to freeze up in your decision, which could harm you also. This is going to give you, for those homes at this price point, this price range, $713,000, are what all these homes average out to. You don't care what the rest of Metro Denver's really doing. You care about the areas that you're going to buy a home in. It's going to tell you the average size of the home, average lot size, typical bedrooms, year of construction. And that gets to be pretty important too. We've touched on that before, because this is very similar to this, but this is quite different than the 1988 figure. And this 4,700 is quite different from the 8,400 size lots. So this is really important to keep that in mind. This will tell you that group of homes, what the prices were the year before, and then the following year. Actually today, very close to today, not exactly today. We're going to make that next iteration. We're going to talk about the number of sales. Now you get a really good idea. Holy cow, that's down by a third. Okay. A lot of those Metro Denver stats, they were talking about down by a few percentage points. Number of sales here is down by a third. That's telling you a lot about the area you're about to buy in. Days on market, why does that matter? Well, that's a measure of demand for you. That's telling you how many buyers are chasing how many homes set at a certain location. And when that's going up, that means there's less buyers chasing and less deals getting done. So it's very helpful to you. And number of homes selling above asking. This is exactly why we built this. So you can make great decisions instead of just guess. Just keep in mind, every decision you make during the entire home search, negotiations, purchase, inspections, addendums, counteroffers, every decision you make, and there's going to be hundreds of them, are going to be placed in that Colorado contract. You need to watch some of the videos on Colorado contracts at the HBU website, okay? And you're going to sign that, and in the end of the whole transaction, you are going to be the only one wholly responsible for every one of those decisions placed into those contracts. You really will benefit from very specific data based on the home areas and price range and so on that you're looking for. So number of homes selling above asking. And here in area 3, market area 3, at this price point for this size home with this size lot, about this year of construction, a year ago, 78% were selling above asking. Now, if the market really does go down and your friends overbid by $150,000 on a home and prices are no longer accelerating, where does that leave them if they need to sell in the next few years? Yeah. So maybe you were okay getting pushed out of the market. Maybe. I know interest rates suck bad right now, but in the future, you can always refinance. You can't change the price you paid for a home a few years later. Does that make sense? So here, now 49%. And let me show you how much that changes, right? So at a different, this is still all Highlands Ranch. At a different price point, 47% a year ago were overbid, and now 35%. So this changes all the time. Now at the lowest price available in Highlands Ranch on average, 78% were being overbid. Now it's down to 42. Do you see how this will help you make decisions and help you create opportunities for yourself? Between expanding your search areas based on what other buyers have done, so that, essentially these are the same basic homes, just in slightly different areas. It just expands your options. And with some of this good information specific to that exact area, can you see how useful that can be for you? And then you can start ignoring. Don't tell the Denver Post I said that. Don't tell the Denver Metropolitan Associations of Realtors I said that. Because that's where most of the agents are going to get their information and advice. Housing market firmly in negative, prices down 5.7. you'll know how much prices are up or down in your exact area because you'll have this tool. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. We didn't visit data science. We didn't talk about the algorithms, the artificial intelligence. Well, we mentioned them, but they never came on screen. Just think about this and watch over the next couple weeks. The next iteration of this is going to be drilling this down to the month by month basis. You'll have the best information in the marketplace. Thanks for watching.